What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Mike Labernathy, and welcome to the show, predicating the journey of life and business. Hey, guys, real quick, if you know somebody who would benefit from this, hearing the show, who'd get value from it, whose life would be bettered or changed, would you partner with me in changing lives and share it with them? I appreciate it. Well, I want to talk today about navigating life, and I want to talk about one of the qualities of somebody who is great at navigating life and the journey of life. And this really applies to everybody, okay? A lot of this really came about in my life as I did business and I moved forward in business, and then realizing how you move forward in the business and how you actually understand what's going to really come down the pipeline tomorrow, understand what's happening today, and understand what happened before. And it's really having a good grasp on the past, the present, and the future. And what happens is most times in life, we are really good at living in one. We're really good at looking at one and living in one. So oftentimes there are people who try to live in the past, right? They're trying to live in the past, trying to redo things, trying to prevent things, all this stuff. There's people who are really good living today. Hey, I'm just living day to day, day to day, day to day. And then their strengths living in the future, like looking at the future, saying what is going to happen, what is going to be the result of when we get there, how are these changes going to occur, and looking. And so there's different strengths. But if you're really going to be great at navigating life, you must be good at looking at all three of these timelines, all three of these time periods, and you must be aware of what is happening in both. So like great managers, and if great managers really look at the past, and then they really look at the middle, the present, and they talk about how do we avoid making those same mistakes? How do we avoid repeating those same mistakes? Great entrepreneurs have a very strong skill set in looking at the future and being able to have a lot of pattern recognition from today and the past to realize what is actually going to come down the pipeline in the future. They don't have solid events to directly dictate this. This is based off experience and pattern recognition. And if you're going to live life really and navigate it really well, you've got to look at all three. So you've got to look at the past to learn. And I'm not talking about looking at the past to give you ammunition to just tear yourself down and think how horrible you've been because of all these bad mistakes you've made. Cool. You're in the same boat everybody else has. Everybody has made a lot of dumb decisions, including myself, has made a lot of dumb choices. And what matters is what you're going to do about it today. What are you going to do about it moving forward? That's really what matters. And so going to the past is really used for education and learning. I made these decisions. What were the consequences of these decisions? And consequences aren't bad. It's just the outcome. So what were the outcomes of my decisions, both good and bad, right? And then from there, what can I do to either repeat and get the same outcome if it's a desired outcome? And what can I do to change to avoid any outcomes that are undesired? And then from there, in the present, it's applying that decision-making process, or it's building a solution to prevent these things in the business. And then looking at the future and then going through and vetting and walking down the stages. Okay, if we do this, these are the outcomes we should be expecting. This is what should occur. This is what should happen. And then measuring to see if that does happen. And if you're going to navigate life, you have to have a healthy balance in all three of these time frames. Find out what you're good at. Find out what you're strong at. Find out where you're weak at, and you should start in your weakest. Andrew and I talk about this, calling it truck B. You always find your weakest point, or the point where you can get the most improvement and the most growth with the minimal amount of effort. So for instance, when you're up in the top tier Olympic races, right, and you're trying to save like a 10th off your run time, and I'm just making this up, but you're trying to save like a 10th off your run time or 100th of a second off your run time, that's hours and hours of technique and practice training. But in order to get up into a pretty high percentile for runners, or to become a mediocre runner or medium runner from nothing, it takes way less work and maybe only a couple hours of coaching and then a couple hours of practice. And then all of a sudden my running form has had a massive jump and improvement. And so the most gains that you'll find in a company, the most gains you'll find in your life are when you actually start at your lowest performing aspect in life. So find out which one you're bad at looking at. Find out which one scares you if you're afraid of it, or find out which one you don't know how to look at or don't know how to analyze well, and then begin learning and changing. And this is going to help you make better decisions. This is going to help you direct and guide your life in a much better way. And again, it's a healthy balance of all three. Well, guys, I'm out of time. I'll catch you later. Peace.